If you are over 60 and your feet often feel hot, irritated, or uncomfortable at night, you are not imagining it. Many people describe it as warmth, tingling, or a burning sensation that becomes worse when they lie down and try to rest. For some, even the light touch of bed sheets can feel uncomfortable. For others, the sensation becomes stronger after a long day on their feet or during the quiet hours of the night. I want you to know something important right away. This feeling is not random, and it is not simply part of getting older. Your body is sending signals, and those signals deserve attention. Very often, this sensation is connected to irritation and stress in the nerves that travel to the feet. These nerves are responsible for carrying messages between your feet and your brain. When they are calm and healthy, you don't notice them at all. But when they become irritated, the messages they send can feel uncomfortable, warm, or overly sensitive. Instead of clear signals, the nerves begin to send mixed messages. Normal touch may feel stronger than it should. Warmth may feel hotter than expected. And sometimes the brain interprets these confused signals as burning. This is why the sensation often feels worse at night. When everything is quiet and there are fewer distractions, your brain becomes more aware of what the nerves are sending. Now, let's talk about why these nerves become irritated in the first place, especially after the age of 60. What happens inside the nerves? Each nerve is protected by a coating called the myelin sheath. You can think of it like insulation around an electrical wire. This coating helps signals travel smoothly and quickly. Over time, different stresses in the body can begin to weaken this protective layer. When that happens, nerve signals don't travel as cleanly as they should. They may become delayed, mixed, or overly sensitive. The body tries to repair this, but when irritation continues, healing becomes slower. The longer this goes on, the more uncomfortable the sensations can become. This does not happen overnight. It develops gradually, often over many years. One common contributor, blood sugar stress. One of the most common factors that can irritate nerves over time is consistently higher blood sugar. When sugar stays elevated in the bloodstream, it can attach to proteins inside nerve cells. This process makes those proteins less flexible and less efficient. When that happens, nerves have a harder time sending clear signals. Instead of smooth communication, signals become noisy and irregular. This does not only affect people who have been told they have diabetes. Even people whose blood sugar runs on the higher end of normal can experience this kind of stress on their nerves over time. That is why paying attention to blood sugar balance is helpful not only for energy and heart health, but also for nerve comfort. Another key factor, B vitamin support nerves also rely heavily on certain B vitamins, especially B1, B6, and B12. These nutrients help maintain the protective coating around nerves and support proper signal transmission. As we age, the body often becomes less efficient at absorbing B12 from food. Stomach acid plays a role in releasing B12 from protein, and stomach acid production can decline with age. Some common medications can also reduce how well B12 is absorbed. When nerves do not receive enough of these nutrients, the protective layer around them can weaken. Signals become less stable, and sensitivity may increase. Alcohol and nerve sensitivity. Alcohol can also place stress on nerve tissue, especially when combined with other factors like blood sugar imbalance or vitamin deficiencies. Even moderate amounts may affect aging nerves more strongly than they would have earlier in life. This does not mean everyone must completely avoid alcohol, but it does mean that moderation becomes more important as the body becomes more sensitive. The role of overall inflammation. As we get older, the body often produces higher levels of natural inflammatory compounds. These are part of the immune system, but when they remain elevated for long periods, they can interfere with normal healing processes. Nerve tissue is especially sensitive to this kind of environment. When inflammation remains active, nerves have a harder time repairing themselves. This is one reason why calming overall inflammation can be helpful, not only for joints and the heart, but also for nerve comfort. Why symptom relief is not the same as healing. Some treatments focus mainly on changing how pain signals are processed in the brain. This can reduce how strongly sensations are felt, which may provide temporary comfort. But these approaches do not always address what is irritating the nerves in the first place. That is why some people notice that symptoms improve for a while and then slowly return. The signals may be quieter, but the underlying irritation has not fully settled. This is why many people start looking for ways to support the body's natural calming and repair processes instead of only quieting the signals. And this brings us to something very encouraging. Food can influence the nerve environment. Certain foods contain natural compounds that support healthy inflammation levels, circulation, and nutrient delivery to nerve tissue. These foods do not block signals in the brain. Instead, they help improve the environment around the nerves themselves. By doing that, they support the body's natural ability to calm irritation and support recovery. Today, I want to share 4 foods that are especially known for their calming and supportive effects on nerve comfort, starting with gentle daily support and moving towards stronger anti-inflammatory action. We'll begin with a foundation that supports overall nerve nutrition, and then move toward foods that more directly help calm inflammatory signals. Let's start with number 4. Now that you understand why nerve discomfort becomes more common after 60, let's talk about what can help create a calmer, more supportive environment for your nerves. These foods do not work by blocking signals in the brain. They work by helping reduce irritation, improve circulation, and provide nutrients that nerves need to function more smoothly. We are ranking these from supportive to especially powerful. Food number 4, dark leafy greens. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, mustard greens, and arugula all fall into this group. 2. These vegetables are rich in magnesium and several B vitamins, nutrients that are closely involved in nerve signaling and muscle relaxation. Magnesium plays an important role in helping nerve cells remain stable. When magnesium levels are low, nerves may fire more easily and send stronger signals than necessary. Many adults over 60 have lower magnesium levels without realizing it. This can contribute to muscle tightness, restlessness in the legs, and increased sensitivity in the feet. Leafy greens also provide folate and vitamin B6, which support the maintenance of the protective coating around nerves. When this coating is better supported, nerve signals tend to become more consistent and less irritating. Another helpful compound found in leafy greens is alpha-lipoic acid, a natural antioxidant that has been studied for nerve comfort in people with blood sugar challenges. In simple terms, it helps protect nerve cells from ongoing stress and supports normal cellular energy production. How to use them? 2 cups of raw leafy greens per day, or about 1 cup cooked, is a good general target. The darker the green, the more concentrated the nutrients tend to be. It also helps to eat them with a source of healthy fat, such as olive oil, avocado, or nuts. Some of the beneficial compounds in greens are absorbed better when fat is present. Leafy greens provide an excellent foundation, but the next food offers even more direct support for calming nerve irritation. Food number 3, walnuts. Walnuts are rich in a plant-based omega-3 fat called alpha-linolenic acid, often shortened to ALA. Omega-3 fats are well known for helping maintain healthy inflammation levels in the body. While ALA is not the same as the omega-3s found in fish, it still supports a calmer inflammatory environment. But walnuts offer something else that is especially helpful for nerves. They are rich in polyphenols, natural compounds that help protect cells from oxidative stress. When nerves are irritated, oxidative stress can make recovery more difficult. You can think of oxidative stress as a kind of internal wear and tear. Walnut polyphenols help reduce that burden, allowing nerve tissue to function more smoothly. Walnuts also help with blood sugar balance. Their combination of healthy fats and fiber slows how quickly sugar enters the bloodstream after meals. This supports more stable energy levels and reduces one of the stresses that can affect nerve comfort over time. How to use them? About 1 ounce per day, which is roughly a small handful, or about 14 walnut halves. It's best to eat them raw or lightly toasted. High heat can damage delicate fats and reduce their supportive properties. It is also best to buy whole walnuts rather than pre-chopped ones. Once chopped, their oils are exposed to air and can become less fresh over time. Store them in the refrigerator or freezer to keep them fresh longer. Walnuts can be added to oatmeal, yogurt, salads, smoothies, or eaten on their own as a snack. They offer steady daily support, but the next food has even stronger calming effects on irritated nerve pathways. Food number 2, fresh ginger. Fresh ginger root contains active compounds called gingerols and shoggols. These compounds have been widely studied for their ability to support healthy inflammatory responses. What makes ginger special is that it influences several inflammatory pathways at the same time. Instead of working in only one way, it helps calm multiple signals that contribute to irritation. This broad support is why ginger is often used for joint comfort, digestion, and circulation, and also why it can be helpful for nerve comfort. Ginger also supports healthy blood flow. Good circulation helps deliver oxygen and nutrients to nerve tissue, which supports normal repair processes. In many people, circulation to the feet naturally becomes less efficient with age. By gently supporting blood flow, ginger helps improve delivery of what nerves need to function more smoothly. Some people notice warming sensations in their hands or feet after consuming ginger. This is often a sign of improved circulation rather than irritation. How to use it. About a 1-inch piece of fresh ginger root per day is a practical amount for many people. Fresh ginger is more active than dried ginger powder, which loses some of its key compounds during processing. You can grate fresh ginger into hot water and let it steep for about 10 minutes to make tea. Adding lemon or a little honey can improve the taste. You can also blend ginger into smoothies, add it to soups, stir-fries, or cooked vegetables. Its active compounds remain stable with normal cooking. Consistency matters more than taking large amounts once in a while. Daily use helps create a calmer internal environment over time. Ginger provides powerful support, but there is one food that stands out for its unique ability to reach nerve tissue directly. And that brings us to number 1. Food number 1. Turmeric with black pepper. Turmeric contains a natural compound called curcumin. Curcumin has been studied for decades for its ability to support healthy inflammatory balance, especially in nerve tissue. What makes curcumin different from many other natural compounds is that it can cross the blood-nerve barrier. This is a protective barrier that limits what can enter sensitive nerve tissue. Most anti-inflammatory compounds only work in the bloodstream. Curcumin is able to reach the nerves themselves, where irritation and cellular stress are actually occurring. Once inside nerve tissue, curcumin helps in several ways. It supports normal inflammatory signaling. It helps neutralize free radicals that damage nerve cells. It supports the protective myelin layer around nerve fibers, and it supports natural repair processes. This is why curcumin is often studied in connection with nerve comfort and long-term nerve health. But here is the critical detail most people never hear. Curcumin on its own is absorbed very poorly. Under normal conditions, only about 1% of curcumin makes it into the bloodstream. Most of it is broken down in the digestive system and liver before it can do anything useful. That is where black pepper becomes absolutely essential. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine. Piperine increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%, not 20%, 2,000%. Piperine temporarily slows the enzymes that normally break down curcumin, allowing far more of it to enter circulation and reach nerve tissue. Without black pepper, turmeric provides only mild support. With black pepper, turmeric becomes one of the most powerful natural tools for calming irritated nerves. This combination is not optional. It is the difference between minimal effect and meaningful biological impact. Curcumin is also fat-soluble, meaning it absorbs much better when consumed with dietary fat. So for best results, turmeric should always be taken with black pepper, a source of healthy fat. This combination allows curcumin to move through the digestive system, into the lymphatic system, and then into the bloodstream where it can reach nerve tissue. How to use turmeric and black pepper daily. One of the easiest and most effective methods is golden milk. Here is a simple version. Heat 1 cup of milk. Dairy or plant-based like coconut or almond milk, add 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, add 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Add 1 teaspoon of coconut oil, olive oil, or ghee. Optional, a pinch of cinnamon, and a small amount of honey for taste. Heat until warm, but not boiling. Drink in the evening. Curcumin levels in the bloodstream tend to peak several hours after consumption. Taking it in the evening often aligns well with nighttime nerve discomfort. You can also use turmeric and black pepper in smoothies. Blend fruit, milk, or yogurt, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and a spoon of nut butter for fat. Curries and warm dishes are another excellent option. Traditional recipes almost always include both turmeric and black pepper for a reason. The combination improves effectiveness. If using supplements, look for curcumin products that clearly state they contain piperine or black pepper extract, or that use enhanced absorption forms such as phytosome or liposomal curcumin. Standard turmeric capsules without absorption support are often much less effective. No matter which method you choose, consistency is what matters most. These effects are cumulative. They build gradually as inflammation signals calm down and tissues are better supported. What most people notice. Over time, many people report that within the first few days, intense sensations become less sharp. Sleep becomes easier. Sensitivity to light touch decreases. Over the next 1 to 2 weeks, discomfort often becomes less frequent and less intense. There may still be flare-ups, especially after high-sugar meals or poor sleep, but the baseline improves. With continued daily support, nerve function may gradually stabilize as the internal environment becomes more favorable for repair. This is not about masking signals. It is about supporting the conditions nerves need to function more normally. A simple 30-day reset challenge. Here is a practical way to test this approach for yourself. For the next 30 days, consume turmeric with black pepper and a fat source every day. Use golden milk, smoothies, cooking, or supplements, whichever is easiest to maintain. Before starting, rate your current discomfort from 1 to 10. Write it down, then reassess after 48 hours, 1 week, 2 weeks, 30 days. Also track how often discomfort interrupts your sleep, how sensitive your feet feel to light touch, whether you rely less on temporary relief methods. Tracking matters because memory is unreliable. Written progress shows changes you might otherwise overlook. Final thoughts. Burning and tingling sensations are signals, not random events. They often reflect irritation, circulation challenges, and nutritional stress in nerve tissue. Supporting nerve health requires more than blocking signals. It requires improving the environment in which nerves are trying to function and repair. That is why food matters. It influences inflammation, circulation, blood sugar stability, and cellular protection, all of which directly affect nerve comfort. If this information helped you, consider sharing it with someone who struggles with similar symptoms. Many people are never told that nutrition can influence nerve comfort in meaningful ways. And if you want more science-based strategies for aging well, mobility, and long-term independence, make sure you're subscribed. In the next video, we'll cover simple physical techniques that can calm nerve sensitivity quickly while longer-term healing continues. Your nerves are not beyond help. They respond to the environment you create every day. Support the healing, reduce the irritation, give your body the tools it needs to recover, and start today.